Welcome back, everybody. We're here to pull cards for November the 7th. I am going to be pulling one card for overall energy, and after that, I'll be pulling one card for each sign, and we're going to look at how those energies meld together. All right, overall energy shows up as, stay on the camera, Seven of Wands. Coming up in reverse. Seven of Wands in reverse just means letting down our boundaries, letting down our guard, allowing ourselves to be a little bit more open and transparent, a little bit more vulnerable. Sometimes it's a good thing, sometimes it's not. We're going to see how that plays out with all the other different energies that show up for each individual sign, starting with Aries. Okay, so Aries, Hermit showing up in reverse. These cards are very complementary to each other. They work together really, really well. Hermit in reverse just talks about this idea of having taken some time to go off by ourselves and think things through, understand ourselves a little better and what it is that we want out of a particular situation and what's triggering us, what makes us happy, and setting some priorities and then coming back out to be interacting in the world and following up on those priorities that we've discovered. Now, with the Seven of Wands in reverse, this talks about, if we went into hermit mode, we had our boundaries up. We were not letting people come near us while we sorted everything out. Coming out of hermit mode and being around people again and moving forward with our priorities. Really, Seven of Wands is kind of just highlighting that. It's extenuating that. It's saying, yes, now we're back out in socializing with other people and just doing life. We have let down that boundary that keeps everybody away. We're allowing more people around us and more people to interact with us for those of us with Aries placements. Now, looking at Taurus. Ba-ba-da-da. Knight of Wands showing up with that Seven of Swords in reverse. So this is just telling me that we are doing something that is more fun, that makes us more happy, that makes us more feeling inspired. Maybe we've been kind of holding ourselves back from having an adventure. And this is us, kind of letting our hair down and just going forward with that adventure today. For those of us with Gemini placements, we have the Four of Wands with the Seven of Swords, or excuse me, Seven of Wands in reverse overall. This is some type of celebration or holiday, some type of happiness showing up here, having to do with home, family, or tribe. And with that Seven of Wands in reverse, we're once again very similar to Taurus. We're just sort of letting our hair down, right? Yep, letting our hair down for that, letting some of the boundaries go, being a little bit more open, a little bit more free with ourselves. On For those of us with Gemini placements, looking at Cancer. Eight of Cups. Okay, completely different energy showing up here for Cancers than what we saw for Taurus and Gemini. With the Cancers with that Seven of Wands in reverse and the Eight of Cups, we have sort of made ourselves open and vulnerable. We've been a little bit more transparent with somebody, or we've let down the boundaries between ourselves and somebody else. And with the Eight of Cups, we're walking away from that idea. Now we're putting our boundaries back up. We're realizing, whoop, that was probably not the best choice we could have made. So now the boundaries are going back up, back into self-defense mode. Okay, that's for Cancers. Next up, we're looking at Leo. Seven of Wands in reverse overall with the Devil overall. So Leos, this is telling me that you did have some boundaries up between yourself and somebody else. And those boundaries were in whatever the situation is that's showing up for you on the table, those boundaries happened to be a little toxic or a little bit obsessive. And so by letting those boundaries down with that Seven of Wands in reverse, you're actually getting away from some type of toxic or obsessive behavior. Or for some of you, for a few of you, you're allowing somebody else to get past some toxic or obsessive behavior by letting down those boundaries. Interesting stuff going on there, Leos. Next up, let's look at Virgo. Sun card. Woot, 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 woot. So Virgo, we're getting back into some of the energy we were having for like Taurus and Gemini. With that Seven of Wands in reverse, this is just saying you're letting down some boundaries, letting down some expectations, not holding things to a very strict and stern level. With the Sun card coming in for you today, this is telling me that you are just very open and very truthful as you're letting down those boundaries, just very much in your authentic self. And actually, that letting down those boundaries has helped you to actually grow and expand. So you're getting some really positive results from letting down those boundaries. All right, so that was Virgo, right? Yes. Next up, we're looking at Libra. King of Pentacles showing up in reverse. Ba-ba-da-da. What's going on here? Libras. So Libras, with this King of Pentacles in reverse, this is telling me that money is really kind of on your mind, or at least resources, if not money itself. But some kind of resources definitely are on your mind. And with that King of Pentacles in reverse, it may be that things have been not going in the way that you want them to lately with money. It may be that, you haven't been setting aside as much for the future as you normally do or as you would want to. With the overall energy being the Seven of Wands in reverse, I think that you're really reevaluating the idea that you've sort of loosened up the purse strings in the past few months, so to speak, maybe even longer than that for some of you. And now you're really seeing, well, man, maybe I should not have loosened up the purse strings that much. Now I'm kind of finding myself, I don't want to say that you're in a pickle, but you're not as far along as far as for your long-term financial goals as what you had hoped to be. All right, so this is a day of sort of reevaluation for those of us with Libra placements. Whoops, Scorpios, you're up next. Scorpio. Nine of Cups. Nine of Cups. All right, this is really interesting. For those of us with Scorpio placements, this just talks about the idea of satisfaction or fulfillment with that Nine of Cups. And with the Seven of Wands in reverse, this talks about letting go of some standards or letting go of some expectations really allows us to reach our satisfaction or our fulfillment. So we may have been kind of keeping some people or some experiences at arm's length while we focused on something else. And today we're sort of letting those boundaries down and allowing us to do things that make us really feel like our genuine selves and satisfied and fulfilled. All right, next up, let's look at Sagittarius. So Sagittarius, with the next card, you have the Tower coming up in reverse. This is a card we like in reverse. Some cards we don't like either way. This card we do like in reverse. And we've got the Seven of Wands in reverse as well. So it looks to me, Sagittarius, like opening up to other people about ideas that you have for moving forward or about your situation right now allows you to recover from something that felt really, I'm going to say a little bit scary. So there was some type of major shakeup that, just by opening up about this to other people around you, not hiding it from them, allows you to move forward and find something better than what you had before this shakeup happened. So really, this talks to me about the idea of networking, helping you to move forward productively. All right, so that was who? That was Sag. Next, we're doing Capricorn. We're going to get the order right today. Oh, Capricorns, you guys have the Emperor showing up in reverse. What's going on here? Okay, so Capricorns with the Emperor in reverse and the Seven of Wands in reverse in the overall, I think you may have been spending a lot of time really just focusing on you and what you need to do and getting things done and whatever your ambitions are. With that Seven of Wands in reverse, this talks about the idea of sort of letting down the boundaries, letting other people in, being focused on other people a little bit, um, allowing yourself to not be so focused on just you and what you need to get done. So this can be a card that would talk about, maybe you've been really dealing with workaholic type of themes lately, and now you're trying to find, working on bringing in some balance, bringing in some fun stuff too. So life isn't all work and no play, trying to let go of control a little bit and just have a little adventure or something here. Okay, so that's for Capricorn. Next up, we're looking at Aquarius. Seven of Swords showing up for Aquarius. Do, 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 do. Seven of Swords. Okay, so Aquarius, it looks like you have, I'm going to say that I think you've accepted an invitation for something, whether it's an event or an activity or whatever. You've accepted some type of invitation to something that you normally would not accept. Not quite sure why you accepted it this time, especially because with the Seven of Swords, I see that you're really, you're trying to participate in that as minimally as possible and get out of there without making big waves. All right. Next up, we're looking at Pisces. Nine of Wands coming up in reverse with the Seven of Wands in reverse. Pisces. Do, 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 do. Pisces, I think you're really being open and expressive to somebody that you would not normally be open and expressive to today. And I think that it's even surprising you that you're doing this because this is not your normal MO and it's not what you were expecting to find yourself doing. Hmm, very interesting. All right, so thank you guys very much for being here today. I do appreciate it so much. Remember, you are my wonderful sponsors, so please put a thumbs up on this video if you got anything out of it, and share it with others if you think somebody else could. And of course, put some feedback down below. I always love to read that. Thank you guys very, very, very much. Everyone have a fantastic day. Peace out.